Good day to you. I got up at 5:45 to get in line here at Walmart to balance my tires for my 2-hour road trip up to Tampa on Thursday to the Moffitt Cancer Center for my PET scan. Remember that? Yeah, so I'm waiting in line. Take a look at this. And they're supposed to open at 7. And they're all closed here. I'm sure they're getting the coffee going and stuff. I know, this looks a little crazy. I waited like 3 hours for the guys at Walmart. I know probably a lot of you are like, love Walmart, shop at Walmart, but there was a time I never set foot in a Walmart. I'm leaning that way again, Walmart. I'm telling you, it was just such a fiasco. So it wasn't the best experience I could have. Where should I be looking? Over here, right? Hi, guys. And I dropped my phone. Then I learned that I couldn't do the tire balancing that I wanted to do to go to Tampa because the tires are too worn. So there's that. Somebody's calling. And Fred, the Roomba vacuum cleaner, doing his thing without fail. So love technology, love routines, love systems, love all that stuff, guys. So my system was to get to bed early last night, but I didn't. So I slept like 6 hours and 15 and rendered a 65, I think, sleep score on my Fitbit and also on that sleep app, whatever it's called. So not good, but and then because there's nowhere to sit at Walmart, and it's not their fault, it's COVID. They've taken all the benches out of inside the store, like areas where you could sit, like maybe a McDonald's. They have a Burger King in this one, and it's closed, you know. They don't want people sitting around there. There are benches around the outside, and it took me 30 minutes to find one in the sun, so I was chilled. It was cold this morning, and it was my fault because I didn't take enough warm clothes, even though I'm doubled here. Took a nice warm coffee. That after I got to the Walmart, the coffee all by itself, first thing in the morning, I got to get back on my routine of drinking like hot water and lemonade. I think it's the best thing to wake up to for the body. And, you know, I got tired of the coffee, and then just standing around outside and sitting. I even took a lot of work with me, but I couldn't get to it because, for one thing, my phone would not connect to my Mac for some reason, and the Wi-Fi signal at Walmart was too weak, so I couldn't do any of that kind of work. I started writing, which is the only thing I could do. And, you know, after they did change the oil, which I wanted to have done, $44 on this little car, but it lasts like a freaking year, you know, on this Prius, because the engine doesn't use the engine too much. It uses more of the battery, you know, to go around town. It's perfect for town. When you got it out on the highway, that little engine's running like crazy. So the tires were like cupped and stuff, and the guy said, you know, just can't do this. So another day, right? And then I dropped my phone. And then what else happened? Couldn't get Wi-Fi. And then the guy said, even if I was able to balance and stuff, the numbers on your invoice don't match with the tires on the car. And I'm going, oh, man, seriously? It's the T-Mobile problem, right? Where the numbers on my phone don't match the, you know, what's on my contract, because I had to replace the phone a couple times. So the numbers get jumbled up. Anyway, hey, I found a new Therapeutic keto guy on Twitter, and we are now friends. It's very hard to find these people, so it's nice. I'll have to check what his name is, because I don't remember, but he has, you know, brain cancer, brain tumor, and he's using therapeutic ketosis now for some years, and he's thriving, he's living, you know, he's another day here on earth, and that's incredibly good. Anyhow, I was going to take this super hot shower, but I got to do my blood work first. Then I'm going to make my keto coffee thing, that explosive, fat, enjoyable, what do you call it? Heavy whipping cream and cinnamon and my MCT oil. Oh, that's just so enjoyable. Really, you get to acquire the taste, especially with the heavy cream and cinnamon. And I mean, it tastes like a nice coffee drink. Anyway, I'm in bed here because of the chills. I could not, even with the car at max heat, it took a long while for my body to get down to. And I think that's just all me getting on the, the ketogenic diet and stuff. I mean, and it's late in the day now. It's like 11 o'clock. So, yeah, I should eat something. All right, I hope you're doing well. And this is just one little installment through the day, okay? And we'll check with you in a bit. But I'm okay now. You know what's crazy? This morning when I got back from Walmart, I was hungry, but the first thing that came in my head was, I really don't want loads of fat, You get like this, I think that's from our conditioning from so many years of eating a crappier diet. As I've told you before, I ingested a lot of carbs through drinking. Now, normally I wouldn't start too early in the day, but if I had like a nice steak going on, I'd like to get out some red, right? So I thought about it for a while, and then I said, in order to take my supplements, which I hadn't done, and it was almost, noon. I think it was around 11 o'clock when I got back, right? You can't take those things on an empty stomach, right? So you have to like coat the stomach with something. So I thought, let's do the, whipped cream thing and see how I react. And the interesting thing about it is, as soon as you take in that fat, your body starts feeling better and you gain more energy and you don't care about the taste or anything. I mean, it's not the taste of fat. It's like in the back of your mind, you go, this is like a lot of fat, And it really isn't. I mean, you got to think your body's no longer working off the glucose, right? That we provided it with all kinds of stuff, grains, rice, beans. I miss that because I grew up in Brazil and beans and rice were, I used to buy they make this beautiful feijoada, which is beans and rice, and then they put like pork parts in there, like an ear or a hoof or a tail, or, it came from the slaves in Brazil way back. They were given like the leftovers from the master's table, or kitchen. And they came up with some great dishes. I mean, there's some beautiful dishes in Brazil that have their origin back to the slave days. And they're just like, wow, this is so flavorful. Whereas, inside in the huge colonial whatever, the master is eating something that's probably tasty and everything, but not near as much as what his slaves were eating. That's just, and became part of Brazil's national diet, a lot of the things, but super high in carbs, right? And so your cells, your body, your brain, everything's feeding off this glucose. And now it's hard to make that transition. I'm early onto this thing that you guys know. I mean, I haven't been doing therapeutic ketosis for very long. Just look at the videos. That's when I started, right around the 13th of March and of this year, 2021, if you're watching this in some other year. But, it's hard to make that transition between, your body looking at something and going, I would feel so much better if I had a bowl of beans and rice and some Tabasco sauce on that and, all the little stuff, but you wouldn't, right? You'd probably hit the wall and go, this is so good, but you have to lay down on the couch or something else, or get in the rocking chair, right? And it's been a struggle. You know, you look at the food, but I was telling my daughter this earlier today, that I was surprised that when I had that, you know, my keto coffee, that I felt better. I actually felt like, yeah, let's put some bacon on the stove, you know. I'm gonna go do that here in a bit because it's getting like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna stick it here in the video when I upload this to YouTube. My reading this morning off the meter, it was just like, this is the lowest number that I've been, and I think it was because I starved, you know, this morning with getting the car done and things like that. So anyway, I'll show that to you, and maybe show you a little bit about how I cook this meal that it's delicious. It's a lot of fat, and it involves bacon, sausage, lard, and eggs. I made it yesterday, but I didn't show you how I made it. All right, so we'll do that. That sounds interesting. Hey, welcome to my kitchen. I'm putting some lard in here. I put like 4 of these, which is like 2 tablespoons full. This is some lard that I rendered from the pork fat back that I purchased the other day. So we got this this pan. I love it. It's seasoned, and it, you know, looks really, sometimes the metal looks kind of funny, but that's because of that fat seasoning that we have in there. So we got this in ounces, and I know that I only want like 2 ounces in here of this country sausage from Dean's. So what I do, it smells okay. Gotta watch it because I buy these things when they're on sale, and then, you know, that's 2 right on the nose. I'm getting pretty good at this, I guess. So we're gonna seal that up as the air conditioner comes on. Dean's I found at my local supermarket for like, I don't know, $2.50. Now, we're done with the scale, so we turn it off. I'm gonna hold off on this this sausage, because what I'm gonna do with it later is break it up and kind of sprinkle it over the bacon. What I want out of here, pork everywhere, right, is what we're gonna do. I'll just put this over here. So we're gonna go through this bacon pretty fast. I'll show you what I do, because most of the time there's so much fat that I'm gonna eat with a spoon. All right. So I want 4 slices of bacon. And this, I'm telling you, I got this bacon at Walmart, of all places. But this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it in bite-sized pieces. That way, once I get this thing all done, I don't have these long pieces of bacon that I have to cut up. Because what happens with the egg and everything that I like put on top of here is I put the whole concoction in a bowl and eat it that way, because it's better because you got fat floating at the bottom. I mean, not floating, but you know, your fat content at the bottom. And 4, this is crazy, huh? Here goes number 2. Whew, how long that baby is. Man, that's a long, maybe we can do this 2 at a time. That's a long pork belly, huh? Make sure I don't cut my finger off. Now these scissors, just normal house scissors. You ever cut pizza this way? You know, just take the scissors. So yeah, I'm gonna separate these out with a little wooden spoon here in a minute. I mean, after I get it going on the fire, right? So anyway, what you can do is like poke at these, because I don't turn this into crispy stuff. I just get it where most of the fat's rendered out, and then you have the pork meat. Make sure I get that up to temperature, which for me takes quite a while because I put this on really low heat, but I mean it's piping hot. It's way past the temperature that you need to cook pork at, because pork, as you know, has a lot of stuff. Okay, how many more we got? You know, I think this is gonna be the last one. All right. Yeah, that's enough pork. And then we'll put this, hello. We'll put this over the burner and, you know, use a, like I say, like a spoon, a wooden spoon to, oops, turn back on here somehow. The reason I keep turning that off, smell this, make sure it's fresh, and it is. Here we go. I do this, and then this mixes with the egg that I put on top of this. Once it's piping hot, you know. I'll put 2 eggs in here. 2 eggs is like 1 gram of carb, because eggs have half a gram of carb in them. But they are, and they're low in protein, not so high in fat. You know, it's just a food that, it's delicious when you mix it with this pork and salt and stuff. And then also I put my, I'll show you. I put my seasonings on top of this. So, I mean, 2 ounces of sausage goes a long ways. It really does. And it fills you up, and you get all this delicious fat going in you, which will, like I said a few minutes ago, make you feel better. And that's the whole plan, is to have a good, healthy keto diet, therapeutic keto. All right, now my hands are, gosh, I have 1 more, is that it? Or is this 2? No, it's 2 more, better leave it alone. I don't wanna like overdo my protein and then fat content with 1 lousy piece of bacon, or 2. So we'll put that back, and that's for another day. All right, let's go over to the stove. I get to see my beautiful kitchen. So I put it on this burner because I like it. Some of the burners on this antique don't control very well. Immediately I put a top on it, and when that gets going, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I'll take the top off. See how that's just simmering there? That's what we want. And you can tell stuff's changing colors. I'm gonna kick it up just a little bit. Got my 2 eggs here, organic, and I'm gonna wait. It's weird, every time I start the iPhone, it changes if it's like 1.5 zoom or whatever. But anyway, look at this. See, we got lots of rendered fat going on there. That sausage looks good. I'm gonna leave it a little bit more because we wanna make sure the sausage is fully cooked. And sounds good too, right? So I'm gonna leave it about 5 more minutes. And then what I do is I just break the eggs on top, and then I put, show you what I put on it. This, little bit of cayenne pepper. This I got at Marshall's for $3.99. It is garlic and onion and nothing else. And then a little bit, since we got the sausage in there, a little bit of Italian seasoning, go on the eggs too. And then the final one, if I can reach around there, a little bit of garlic. Where are you? Yeah, right there. The other thing that's the piece de resistance in Dave's kitchen is Tabasco sauce. It's a little French to it, right? From New Orleans. Or from where is that? It's not really from New Orleans, is it? Let me see. Avery Island, Louisiana. All they grow there is these Tabasco peppers. And then a little bit of organic Dijon from Whole Foods. I just put that in the little corner of the dish because sometimes I like, you know, dipping stuff in there because I like mustard and I think mustard's good for you. All right, back in a sec. Thought I'd show you this part. A little bit of garlic. I mean, just a tiny bit. Don't have to go crazy with these spices. My cayenne. Yeah. Look at all that oil in there. Yep, this one comes off this way. I want to make sure I don't dump the whole bottle in there. That would be a disaster. The garlic and onion again. It just tastes different. This one than the other garlic. And then Tabasco. Actually, we can put this on a little later. I'll put a few drops on now, but I love it when you know, put it on the eggs. Now guys, don't laugh at me. I don't know how to break an egg. I just, you know, do it like that. And put it down the garbage disposal. Is that bad? Oops. There we are. Now this egg, once we get the top on, will cook. Top's very hot. And we'll just leave that simmer in there. One thing I am gonna do, is take my bamboo spoon. Remember how I told you this pan is just so nice? Look at how everything, like, nothing sticks to it. I love it. It's Cuisinart, but it's not super porous where, you know, everything will stick. But it's made so you can season it. Just lovely. Okay, we're almost ready. Look. I know it looks kind of crazy. It smells yummy. Okay, backing off just a little bit so you can watch me either make a mess or do a perfect pour into the bowl. Okay. Wow, a lot of oil there. And you have to remember, turn that off, while you're eating it, that there's going to be a lot of oil in the bottom. Oops. Let me unstick some of this first. The egg, whoa, makes it sticky. Part of it went in the top. I know what you're thinking. I would never eat that. But I'm telling you, this is what gives me those 1.0, 2.0, 2.5, 1.8 GKI indexes. Yeah. So there you go. Looks yummy. I'm gonna go eat it now with a spoon and a fork. Remember, everything's bite-sized. And that's my 4 bacon, 2 eggs, and 2 ounces of sausage, plus 2 tablespoons of lard, right there. Wait, I forgot this part. You guys want to see this, right? Tabasco. Tabasco may have a little bit of carbs in it, but I don't put that much on. Oh yeah, this too. Got to get a little bit of the Dijon over here in the corner. We're ready to roll.